Reaction to Senator-elect Brown's big win and the future of health care reform is Arizona Senator John McCain. Senator, good to see you. Thanks for being with us.
It's great to be with you. It's great.
Well, explain your reaction to last night's big victory for Scott Brown.
A seismic event. Obviously, campaigns matter and candidates matter, but this was a national election of the proportions of likes which I have never seen. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of his message, the way he campaigned, and but the fact is that this is a shot heard around the country, if not around the world, from Massachusetts, and what we have done is send a message that we're for change, but not the kind of change that we have seen in the last year.
All right. Is this a repudiation of the president? And if so, specifically a repudiation of what policies in your view?
Well, primarily, I think it's a repudiation of the product and the process. Sean, I've been having town hall meetings all over the state of Arizona. People are angry, not only because it's a $2.5 trillion mortgage of our children's future, but it's also the most sleazy Chicago-style sausage making that we've ever seen. This latest, which was obscured a little bit by the tragedy in Haiti, of this special deal for unions, a political favor to your political base, and when other Americans are subjected to a different taxation. I mean, it just goes on and on. The Cornhusker kickback, the Louisiana Purchase, and people are really angry about that. They think that this is not change you can believe in. This is a worse change to the rooms of the Capitol, went to the back rooms of the White House, and they don't like it.
Yeah, well, two Democrats I thought had very interesting comments. One was Jim Webb, and he said, in many ways, this campaign became a referendum not on only the health care reform bill, but the openness and integrity of our government process. And then your colleague, Evan Bayh, said, look, there's going to be a tendency on the part of our people to be in denial about this. And then he said, if you lose Massachusetts, and that's not a wake-up call, there's no hope of waking up. So what does that say about the state of the Democratic Party? Because no one was speaking out against the lack of transparency or broken promises or the reckless spending or the bribery that has been going on. Is this now the wake-up call?
Well, it clearly is a wake-up call, and I'm hearing that from my Democratic colleagues. But I also want to point out that the setting for this was the out-of-control spending, the stimulus package, the thousands of earmarks, the pork barrel spending, the incredible process where we have run up debts and deficits that have committed an act of generational theft. So that was, I think, the backdrop for the anger and the backlash over the health care reform effort.
All right, Senator, it's been 1 year since the inauguration of Barack Obama. You ran against him. You lost the race. How do you assess the 1 year that he has been the president of the United States?
Well, Sean, since I'm not an objective observer, I'll have to leave that up to the American people. But I do believe that when you look around the world, that there is greater danger than there was when the president took office, whether it be relations with China or the Iranian continued path toward nuclear weapons, to stalemate on the Israeli-Palestinian peace process, to the North Koreans continue to acting in a belligerent fashion domestically. The president promised that we would have an open and transparent government. That's the last thing we've had. He said that the C-SPAN cameras would be in and the American people would know who's on the side of the pharmaceutical companies and who's on their side. The process has been exactly the opposite. And as you said, it is bribery. And let's call it what it is. And the American people don't like that, and they want people to keep their campaign promises as well.
All right. In the aftermath of yesterday's election, interestingly, Nancy Pelosi, Harry Reid, David Axelrod, and the president himself, they say full steam ahead. This is not going to stop Obamacare. You agree, disagree, and what are the political consequences if they go forward?
Well, my greatest fear was never that they wouldn't seat Scott Brown. That would be too blatant. My fear is that they try to ram it through the House, and I don't know what the mood is in the House amongst the Democrats, but that they could ram it through the House, the Senate passed bill, and then they would never have to go back to the Senate. That's what I still worry about. If they do that, I think they will provoke another huge backlash, but I don't have any control over it, but that's not the way we should decide on 1/6 of our gross national product.
All right, now, Governor, coming up next, we have Sarah Palin is going to join us. Now, there was a press release out today. She will be with you, campaigning for you in your state in March, correct?
Yes, and I'm so proud that she's coming, and it'll be a little bit of nostalgia. She has done a fantastic job, and I continue to be amazed at the hysteria of the attacks on her by the liberal left. It shows she must remain a huge threat to them.
All right, Senator, good to see you. Thanks for being with us. Appreciate it.
Thank you.